NATO is falling apart. Did you hear about the new Turkey is wanting to apply for BRICS? And how is that going to shake out with Turkey being a member of NATO, being a part of BRICS as well? Is NATO obligation to defend Turkey going to keep up when Turkey's now wanting to be part of BRICS? Or is Turkey going to say, we're leaving NATO and we're going to BRICS, which is what's going to happen? Turkey's going to say, no, we're leaving. We're going to go to BRICS. We're leaving NATO, which in of itself may not seem like a big deal, but when you factor in what's going on in Ukraine right now with the Ukraine experiment of expansion for NATO falling apart by the wayside, and then the Germany and deindustrialization happening in its economy, because literally Volkswagen is now saying we got to ship our company overseas from Germany because we can't create the electricity we need to run our VW products. This, my friends, is the decline of NATO. And NATO, don't forget, one of Trump's biggest thing is you better start paying your way for military, because NATO wasn't doing it. Basically, NATO's the United States. And so essentially we're the only game in town, but we're not making bank in terms of the United States. We're not sitting there with all this freaking positive cash flow that we can cover all these clown countries that are part of NATO, just relying on the U.S., big daddy U.S. I mean, the whole thing is falling apart, dude. And you might not agree with it. You might say, no, Putin, he's the one who attacked Ukraine. I just say, what if a Warsaw Pact? What if Mexico joined the Warsaw Pact? And Russia put missiles and stuff like that in Mexico? Would we be cool with that? Do you not remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? Right? So we would not be cool with that. We'd say, no, you're going to move those missiles or else we're going to have to do some damage. This exact same thing happened with Russia. NATO wanted to expand to Ukraine. They wanted to put their armaments on Russia's borders, and Russia said, no, we're not going to allow that. The same thing would have happened if the Warsaw Pact put things in Mexico. Same thing. Can't blame Russia for that, dude. Oh, you're a Putin apologist. No, I'm saying I don't want war. And what we've done now is we've killed off millions, I don't know how many, of innocent Russians and Ukrainians, all because of Zelensky, who was a stooge put in there by Western coup. It's freaking sickening, man. All these innocent people, men, get killed in war because of John McCain, Lindsey Graham, and the West. They didn't have to do any of this stuff, dude. It's a false election, the false coup to put Zelensky in there. In fact, it's crazy, too. You think about who Zelensky was. Just some freaking comedian. He just said, I'll do it. They needed some guy to stand up there to take the freaking reins. He goes, I'll do it for the right money. He said, yeah, we'll give you the right money. All you got to do is be charming to get money from the Western countries, i.e. America. It's all freaking insidious. And I just, look, I don't like any of these countries. I don't want to live in Russia. I don't want to live in Ukraine. I don't want to live in Turkey. I don't want to live anywhere other than the United States. This is where I'm born and bred, and this is where forever will be. But the facts are, we have a huge impact on the world as it is, and a lot of times our impact is negative, without question. So seeing Turkey say, yeah, they can see the writing on the wall, the industrialization of Europe, the deindustrialization of Europe is going to drive the economy south. Look at Germany, man. It's a world of hurt, man. It's a world of hurt because of their insanity on the green crap. And of course, NATO just goes right along with it. The 57 flavors, unlimited immigration, allowing people to these countries who want to hurt the natives of that country. It's insanity. And then anyone who stands up to it gets labeled racist, communist. I'm not racist, communist, Nazis, and all that stuff. So you got the AfD rising to power in Germany, which is great. You think the people run the German government could let that go forward, though? No, they're already a software error kept the AfD from taking uncontrolled, total control of one of the country or the states, Saxony or something like that. They had a software glitch, so one of the seats that the AfD won, they said, "Oh no, sorry." Yeah, they're not going to go down. They're not going to go down easy. These freaking globalists. But anyway, so this is where we stand. So Turkey leaving the NATO is bound to be just another collapse of NATO. Germany in deindustrialization. America, we keep funding these wars this is a proxy war in Ukraine Russia's fighting a hot war. We're fighting a cold war with our blood, with our treasure. Not our blood yet. But I'll be damned if you think freaking America say, oh, we're going to send some advisors there. You know we already have people there. All for what? All for what? So it's just crazy, man. So we can push our version of democracy everywhere. It's nuts. And yet when we say democracy, we're like, oh yeah, well, democracy except, when it comes to a guy like Trump or the AFD or the whatever the it used to be UKIP, the Reform Party. We're going to let you pretend you have a say, but you know how it is. And it's just the whole thing's crazy, dude. And I don't wish NATO to fall, because when the communists were running rampant, I was glad to see that we had a place to defend from communism takeover. Those days are gone now, man. Chinese isn't communist. The Russians isn't communist. Those days are gone. But NATO had to expand, because this is what all things do. They have to expand. Why do you think the civil rights, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all these clowns, why do you think they never go away? Because they have to, their whole job is to define racism, to perpetrate racism so they can continue to raise money. The SPLC, the ADL, all these companies, all these groups, they have to perpetuate this in order to keep their business and their livelihoods. That's exactly what's happened with NATO. We got to perpetuate it. But you're not fighting communism, NATO. No, but we're fighting, people who want to have fossil fuels. We got to fight that. People who want to not push the 57 flavors down everybody's throats. We got to fight that. It's crazy, man. Why don't you just let people be? Anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. I'm not expecting much of BRICS. I mean, my goodness, come on. These economies are not even half of what we are. But at the end of the day, it's very interesting, and we'll have to see how it shakes out. All right, God bless.